Hello, this is Cuckoo, and I'm right here at Superbooth 16 with WMD. How do you say that? WMDevices?
Yeah, WMDevices.
Yeah, WMDevices booth with Tyler Thompson.
Yeah, hi.
So what's your role here in WMDevices?
So I do a lot of the quality control and testing and calibration, and then I'm also lucky enough to get to travel and perform and show off our gear. So I'm here in Berlin, really stoked.
Yeah, cool. I can see your colleague or boss, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, that's my boss.
Yeah, William. He had a really great performance up there.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Was he was using this one, right?
Yeah, he was using this case.
And so obviously you can all see that this is a modular setup, but is it all your modules right now?
There's a lot of different stuff. This top half is all our stuff. The bottom half has a couple of other people's stuff. This is kind of like half of my personal rig, so, and then some other mixes of WMD stuff in there as well, like our performance mixer, and then pro output and another filter.
Yeah, I mean, for a total newcomer, I'm a total newcomer when it comes to modules. I always struggle to find, where do I start?
Yeah, it's a difficult thing to research. When I started out, I spent probably 2 to 3 weeks just researching all the different modules and trying to decide what to start with, because you get the basic answer from everybody that you need a oscillator, filter, envelope, VCA, and then sometimes MIDI controller, sometimes LFO, and then there's thousands. It feels like thousands of different versions of the same thing, and they all do something slightly different, and it's just picking what's right for you, and that's the hardest decision.
But you guys, you offer complete packages, don't you?
Yeah, we do offer the Monolith, so that's a full keyboard with a MIDI in, MIDI out, MIDI through, and then you have input, output jacks for the back of it, so you can just route it into your interface, and it has full everything you need to get started. And we don't have one with us, but we have basically the entire row right here. So this is the entire line, mostly anyways, of what you would get with the Monolith, except for our key scan module, which comes with the system itself. So yeah.
But how do you end up at WMDevices?
It started off kind of me getting really curious about it after watching videos of people like Deadmau5 and
Are you from the same town?
No, I grew up in Nevada, so but now I live in Colorado. But anyways, I was just a huge fan of him and got curious because he has a lot of videos of him playing with it. Eventually bought some gear, and then I learned I live in Denver and WMD is in Denver, so I asked for an internship.
Oh.
And 2 years later, now I'm here. So been with WMD for 2 years now, so it's been awesome.
That's really nice. But so you must have had some sort of formal education before you came there, or how did it?
Kind of. I mean, I was a percussionist in high school, but I have no engineering degree or anything. I'm just learning through the internet mostly.
Yeah.
That's self-taught. So.
Yeah. Cool. Now, how many people are you at?
At WMD, there's about 12 or 13 of us total.
Okay.
So it's a pretty cool, small group, but that's a pretty good sized group for this industry. It's pretty big.
What do you do all the assembly yourself?
Yeah, so we have a pick and place machine to do all the building of the boards, and then we have 12 guys that are putting the knobs, jacks, pots, everything, stuffing the boards and putting the panel on, and then I'm the one that tests it and makes sure it's okay for you guys.
I've only seen a few of them, and I have the Monolith system myself, so I've gotten started. But since I'm a very melodic person, so I always tend to play melodies and everything. So the Monolith was kind of a great starting point for me.
Yeah, exactly.
But how how has the reception been? You know, I don't know for how long you've been around the company.
WMD started in 2008 as a guitar pedal company.
Okay.
So this is actually the newest version of our pedal. So that was one of the first pedals. It's not the first pedal that we made, but the Geiger counter was like kind of the flagship pedal that kind of got us noticed. Yeah. And then this is still a prototype, but it's the new version of our pedal that we're going to be releasing soon, hopefully. So
you have a big history.
Started, and then a couple of years later, our retailer that we were selling them to told us to convert it over to a module. So now,
so you have a history with guitar.
I don't, but no. William started off as the effects pedal guy, and then we got kind of directed into that, and that was before I was with them. But but that's kind of the history of how we got into it.
Yeah,
so.
Cool. You know, it would be very nice for you if you could just walk us through some of the stuff here, like some of your favorite sounds and some of your favorite signal paths and stuff.
Okay. Well, like what I have going on in this system is I have kind of a drum machine happening over here. So I have hex inverter drums, like a kick drum, snare, clap, hi-hats, and then a mutant machine, which is like basically the 909 snare. And that's all just running into this mixer, which is then chained into this mixer. And here I just have one voice being sequenced by this guy. And it's just the PDO going into the Aperture Filter and then running into this VCA, which then goes into the mixer, and then all that goes into the speakers and what you'll hear. So I can kind of...
And the Aperture Filter is your design. It's your first design, right?
Yeah, so William and I worked on it, so I just kind of mentioned the idea I had, and first we started it off with the Black Market Modular color palette. We made it a color for it, so it's like a little expansion for this module. And then that was in September, and then November or December we decided to like port it over into a full-blown module, and so made it a lot cooler with a lot more features. So now you have resonance control on both sides of the bandpass, and then you have feedback control with 2 feedback types, and dry wet knob, and just a lot more functionality. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I was really stoked to hear it because I didn't think it would sound quite as cool as it does, like on paper, because it sounds really cool.
Yeah, me too. I was, I was eager to hear because I've gotten to know you a little bit, and then thinking, filter, how hasn't everything been done already? How going in with a cocky, approach like that? And then when I heard it, I thought, this is kind of gritty and it's cool. Yeah,
I was really pumped with all the feedback I've received from people. People seem to be really pumped about it, and it's really cool because it's my first idea that William and I worked on, and the fact that people dig it is really kind of a huge compliment to hear. Because it's 22 and I don't know what I'm doing. So
cool. But feel free to improvise a little bit, and I'll ask you sometimes if there's something I totally don't understand.
Okay.
Or you could talk us through it too.
Right on. So so I just have I'll just push this up. This is just the sequence I have running. So it's a saw wave going into the Aperture, and then it's being sequenced by the Stilson hammer, and it's in D major is what says the scale is. I don't know if it's actually tuned to the root of D, but I just chose that as the scale. Started to sound good, so
so this is the Aperture. That you're just switching it.
Yeah, so I have this envelope opening it, so, and then I also have it tracking, but if I pull those out and then I open this up, I can kind of demo what the filter sounds like. So this is the raw input. This is just a dry saw wave, and you have the dry wet knob, so I can cross over between the two. So without any resonance or feedback, I'll sweep the bandpass so you can And then you have high pass resonance.
Yeah, I think already at very basic setting, it sounds it has character.
Yeah. So then, and then you have your low pass resonance. And then we also have our feedback that I was talking about. So it's nice and beefy. And then you also have another feedback mode. So that one gets a little bit more squelchy and I don't know. It's a little more unstable. Itself resonates a little bit earlier than the other one. And that's just the way the character is on that feedback type. But anyways, I'll kind of dial this back to what I had it doing. And then I like to use the mixer for like sending aux so I can send it to reverbs.
Okay. Is that your reverb?
No, this is Audio Damage. So
Okay, yeah.
they have this Averb, and it's just a really nice sounding, like very
cool.
simple reverb, but it sounds very nice and full. And then over here I have the hex inverter drum. This is the kick drums. And then I also like this sequencer because I can change the mode of the scale. So nice and subtle, but it's a nice little melodic progression. And then you can add like nice little improvisation parameters that you can mess with on this guy. It's really awesome. So, but that's kind of the gist of the patch. So yeah.
Yeah, would you mind keep going for a while and just record a little bit?
Okay.
And go move around a bit on all the modules. Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah,
Well,
thank you.
for showing me.
Yeah.
Is there like, have you got complete? I guess there are no stay. You can't have one price for one setup. It's a price per module, right?
Yeah, I mean, it really depends on what modules you get. I mean, something like this case would probably run like maybe 8,000. I don't know exactly.
Yeah.
It depends. Like, it also depends on the case you get, because you can spend a lot on cases too.
Yeah.
You can also spend a little.
Are these your cases?
They're by a company called Elite Modular. So, really great cases, very rugged.
Yeah.
Love them.
They look really sturdy and you know, yeah, I like this rugged surface.
Yeah, I love them. So, yeah.
Well, cool. Thank you so much for showing me these things, and good luck with. I hope the Aperture catches on. You know.
Yeah, I hope so too. I think people are really digging it. So, it's really exciting.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.